Hi, good evening, good morning, good afternoon, whichever part of the world you are in. And today I'm answering a question which I got yesterday. And this lady actually messaged me, and her primary concern is that the the main issue of concern, the main reason why their marriage is in a mess is because her husband always gives money to his father on demand. There are three brothers. Father never asks for money from other two brothers. He always will ask for money from this lady's husband. So whenever they are going to their in-laws' house, especially when they are, visiting them to meet them, the father would always call his son to the room and he would ask a certain amount, and husband would instantly write a check and give it to him. Now, husband is not able to ask for whatever reasons. He's not able to ask his dad as to where and why that money is, why that money is required. Where is he going to put in that money, and why is he not asking other brothers for that money? He himself is earning so much money. So, this kind of a discussion, husband is just not able to have. And when this woman sees her husband in that scenario, wherein, and the family income is extremely limited, so when he sees him like that, she is very genuinely concerned, because the income is limited, and it gets drained out just by way of one demand from her father-in-law. I can understand that's a concern she has, and her concern is genuine because she's not thinking in terms of why the money is being given to him, but she's more concerned about her own future, financial future. She's concerned about maybe her kids. She's concerned about financial security going ahead in life. So if you see from her perspective, her concerns are very genuine. Okay, so when I got a message from her, and I wanted to ask her further as to why do you want to do this, and how do you want to take it up. Her answer is that I want my husband to agree with me. And what is the agreement she wants to have? That he should say no to his father whenever he's asking for money, and also ask his father to return all that money he has taken from him ever since he got married. And their marriage is about 7 years, so whatever money her father-in-law has taken from her husband, that should also be returned. And the first condition here is, I want to speak to my husband on this and make him to agree with me. While her concern might be very genuine, but what is happening here, the moment she says, make him to agree with me, and her condition is to return all the money and never to give the money again. Making him to agree means making my husband to agree here is indicative of tremendous amount of control she wishes to have on the entire situation, right? And even though her concern is genuine, but the way she's handling it is by way of excessive control. When her husband senses control, what will happen? You know how control feels like? Suppose, I hold you by your neck tight here, absolutely tight here. What will happen? What will you want to do? The moment I hold you by your neck, you will want to just loosen the grip. You will want to just be away, and next time you may not want to come near me because my hand is like this, and the moment you come to me and I'm going to grip your neck, you will not want to come. Similarly, the kind of control that she is wanting to exercise, the moment her husband feels that grip, he is not going to connect to her. He is going to drift off from her, and the emotional connection, if it is there or whatever is there, is going to break further. Her husband will never want to connect with her. Her husband will never open up to her. Okay, so that is one thing that is going to happen because of the control she wishes to have in this situation, right? Second thing is that she's thinking that, um, I mean, it's unconscious thinking. She may not be aware of it. I have not messaged her to that extent, but the likelihood is that her subconscious mind is thinking that once I settle all my financial scores with my in laws, then I can cut off from them. So I will not have to connect with them, because the only connection with them is because of the money part. Because whenever we go there, this money thing gets into the picture. So once this is done, then I will live in peace, and the tension around finances, tension around money is going to get over. But the fact that she is trying to cut off financially and thinking that once financial thing is taken care of, then I will be in peace. I want to tell her, and I'm telling you also, she will not be in peace. Even if, assuming that her husband agrees to her, and then he goes and tells his father that no more giving money, and you return the earlier money also, hypothetically this happens, she will still not be at peace. Why? Because the there is a reason why people come in our lives. Okay, there is a reason why she is facing her father-in-law in a manner that she is facing. There are certain, which I think I've mentioned in my previous videos also, that there is a lesson that her soul wants her to learn. There is a lesson that God wants her to learn through her father in law, through the situation that she is going through. That's a lesson that she needs to learn. If she is not learning that lesson and somehow getting rid of it, she will invite some other people in her lives, or maybe the same people with different situations, where her tensions, her worries, her fears, her doubts will again be surfacing. They will again be reinforced, and she's not going to be at peace. So, you might want to know what is the lesson that her soul wants her to learn. There is some part in her, something inside her, one part of her, right, which is resonating with the toxic part of the other person. Now, the other person is not a bad human being. Nobody is bad, right? So, the other person is not a bad human being. Okay, her father in law has his own set of painful experiences, which is making him to ask for money, right? So there is this part in her father-in-law, which is, say for instance, a toxic part. Okay, and the toxicity developed because of the experiences of life. So father-in-law has a toxic part. This lady also has that part in her which is resonating with his toxicity. Therefore, when his toxic part emerges, she gets impacted, right? She is full of anger, she's full of irritation, she's full of taking revenge, right? So the lesson that she needs to learn is, all right, if this is what the situation is, and this if this is how her father-in-law is, what is in me, what is that part in me, or what is that program in me that needs to be healed in order for this situation to dissolve, or in order for me to rise above all of this without getting impacted. So she needs to sit with herself, connect with that part which is getting triggered with this outside situation, and heal that part. That's the most important thing that she needs to do. Third, another very important thing is, understand that you know uh, in her case, when she's saying that the income is just about meager, and they are finding it very difficult to manage the finances, and she's wanting to have that grip on the finances. And when I messaged her, she says her husband is running the household. Her husband is taking care of her financial needs, of the family's financial needs. All right. So if your spouse is taking care, your partner is taking care of the financial needs, then you got to step back, because you got to believe. And no matter how harsh it may sound, no matter how provoking it might be, but what I'm going to say now is a fact, and I want you to experiment that. When your husband is taking care of the financial needs, you got to trust that he will take care of your financial needs in future as well. If you think that he is not taking care of your financial needs, then there is a high possibility that you don't believe that he is taking care of those financial needs, or he will be, or he is capable of taking care of the needs of the future or needs of the present moment. All you need to do is, you got to just believe, you got to just trust that he will do the needful to keep the food for you on the table, to keep the food for the family on the table. When you start to believe this, you will automatically withdraw from this control. And when you withdraw from this control, he will do the needful in terms of providing for you. And fourth point, which is extremely important, is that he will start to trust you, because you are able to have that trust on him that he can provide. He will also start to trust you. And you know, um, remember one thing, that when your husband sees that, like for instance in this case where this person has written this message, she's full of anger, she's full of, taking that revenge, and she wants to take it out on her husband, she wants to take it out on maybe her father-in-law as well. So when her husband sees that she cannot control her emotions, he will not be able to trust her with his emotions. If suppose he's also feeling that, oh god, dad is asking for money anytime, every time, and it is so difficult to say no, he might also be going through this dilemma inside him. But he's not able to speak because he sees that if his wife is not able to manage her emotions, there is no way she will be able to manage his emotional side. Therefore, he's likely to shut off emotionally. And this is the complaint every woman has, that their husbands, their partners, if they're in a committed relationships, the emotional connection is missing. The partner is not connecting emotionally. A man will not connect emotionally if he knows that you cannot control, you cannot manage, you don't know how to deal with your emotions. So he feels scared that you will not be able to deal with his emotions as well. And it then becomes, as such, it is difficult for a man to be, expressing himself emotionally fully. And if this is what he experiences, then he would withdraw further. So understand that you got to let go of that control. Number one. Number two, I'm just summarizing. Number two is, heal that part of yours which is resonating with the toxic side of the other person. Third, believe and trust that your partner is going to provide you financially, right? And last but not the least is that you got to learn to manage your emotions if you want to connect emotionally with your partner. Okay, so this is very important, and I'm very grateful to her that she has put up this question. I hope she's here watching this video. She is one of the members in our Facebook group as well. I cannot be taking her name. Thank you for writing this question. And should you be having any question on this, on the finances part of your relationship, please feel free to connect and write your questions. I'll be happy to answer at the same time. Thank you so much for watching live, for all those who are on live, and others also who are watching this on recording. Thank you so much. Please feel free to definitely put up your questions. If you are on YouTube, remember to like and subscribe. You will have more such videos, and your liking and subscribing is going to help me to reach out to more people, and wherein you are going to be playing a very important part in my mission of helping other people live a happy life, live a happy married life. And yes, do share this video with anyone you think needs this kind of information, this kind of, you know mm, the inputs for them to move forward, to take a direction. Do that. That is going to be another gesture of help towards the society. Thank you so much, and I am going to be seeing you tomorrow, 3:30, and I look forward to your questions, your experiences from the practices so far. And have a great life. Bye.